Okay, I don't have anyone in the chat, which is understandable because I am starting this pretty late. Considering how late this is, I'm just gonna start the story, and if anyone comes in, they come in. If not, I guess you can watch the VOD. But I really do want to finish the tail end of Omega so we can just say we're done with Stormblood. Then we can move on to other stuff. Alright. Jesse greets you with a mix of enthusiasm and concern. Good timing, Weapons. There's been another anomaly detected at the Yawn. Assuming previous instances are anything to go by, this energy fluctuation is another of Omega's so-called invitations. If you don't mind waiting a moment or two, then we can discuss things with Master Garland. He should be here soon. The chief should be here by now. I bet my stock in the company's fiddling with that research data. Well, I suppose I should explain, even if the chief might prefer me not to share. After your last run-in with Omega, Master Garland has some research notes smuggled in from the Empire from Garlemald. I saw the message, I'll read it in a second. The notes are part of Midas Garland's legacy, who was, of course, the chief's father and the Empire's preeminent engineer. The incident at Bozja Citadel, do you know of it? Sounds familiar, but yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Can I get the refresher? Can I get the Cliff Notes version? Bozja was an Imperial fortress city. It was there that Midas constructed the lunar transmitter, a device built to communicate with Dalamud. Emperor Solus had ordered Midas to devise a means to destroy primals, and so he sought to harness the power of the Red Moon. The project was a failure. Oh, he succeeded in controlling Dalamud all right, but the immense energies emitted from the satellite vaporized not only the transmitter, but the entire town which it was built. And as you can imagine, the job of sifting through the rubble afterwards was no pleasant task. Master Garland was slated to assume his father's position as head engineer, but this disaster, added to his opposition to the Empire's path of conquest, convinced him to abandon his homeland. The chief had wanted nothing to do with the lunar transmitter or the data used to create it until now. I think he means to put the research to use in your conflict with Omega. In fact, given the time frame, there can be no other explanation. Listen to me, Weapons. The Chief's genius is plagued by a great deal of apprehension. But even so, once he makes a decision, he doesn't do things by halves. When the time comes, he'll come through for us. You have to believe that. Sorry I'm late. Was a little too focused on my work and lost all sense of time. That's no excuse, Chief. What have I told you about being punctual to staff meetings? In any case, I've shared the situation at the Yawn with Weapons here. Good, then you know that Omega is likely ready to continue with its tests. Shall we go and knock on the door? But Chief, Biggs and Wedge aren't fit for field work yet, and the Chirurgeon's given Nero strict orders to stay abed. And what of Midgar Somer? Still taking his nap, is he? Actually, I'm pretty sure I still have him out as a minion. That leaves only you, Weapons. That leaves only you, Weapons, and Alpha. Maybe it's time I join the expedition. No, Jesse. I need your talents elsewhere. There's a half-built device in the workshop that I need you to finish putting together. I've drawn up the design and completed the core mechanisms. The final assembly should pose no problem for an engineer of your abilities. A new device? Does that mean you use the... whatever you say, Chief. I'll have it ready and waiting for you. Just be safe in there. Right, it's back to the rift to us. Sorry, back to the rift for us. Let's finish these experiments and bring the fight to Omega itself. Alright, Quarantine Sen. Weapons, very random question. But what are your thoughts on the Van X Agnes ship discourse? I mean, I haven't really paid it much attention because, I mean, I haven't played any of the Daybreak games, and it's going to be hard to weigh in on it without actually having played the games and knowing the context, so I mean, whatever. But if this is about, like, their ages or whatever, like, I mean, I tend to be a very firm believer that, like, it's fiction. Like, liking something problematic in fiction doesn't automatically mean you're gonna condone the real-life equivalent. So it's like, I don't really care whether you prefer Van with Agnes or with someone else, like, you know, none of them are real. It's like, whatever. Even if it's a ship, like, shipping in general, I'm kind of very lenient with it. Like, as long as you're not frickin', you know, being ugly towards other people over it, you know, like, if it's something that you don't like you don't like it, and that's fine. You're free to not like it and express your distaste for it. But, like, if you, I don't know. The shit's fictional. Like, don't, it, you know, some people, like, really overthink it, I feel like. So if you ship them, like, who cares? Like, whatever, I guess. Van is 24, Agnes is 16. Basically, she crushes on Van and they get some romance scenes. It's a less extreme Agate and Tita situation. I mean, it's not like... How do I put it? It's, like I said, it's gonna be hard to weigh in on it without having played the games, but, like, I don't know. It's not even like it's Falcom's first rodeo with stuff like that. They've kind of hinted at Tita and Agate for a while. It's only that I took it as a sibling type of relationship, but it looks like they meant it as something romantic, but, like, it's not even like it's Falcom's first rodeo, like, shipping, like, older characters with, like, the younger lolly ones. So it's like... I don't know. Is it like a bonding system like Cold Steel where you, like, pick them? Where you, like, you can pick your waifu? Or is it, like, canon? I don't know. Actually, if answering that is a spoiler, don't bother, but, like... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like shipping a character, like, that happens to be narratively underage, like, that doesn't automatically mean, like, you support, like, actual grooming, like, of actual people in real life. I feel like I said, it's completely fine to, like, find that shit, like, distasteful or whatever, or, like, yeah, I totally wouldn't condone, like, something like that, like, but, like, yeah. The fact that neither one of them are real people or they exist, and that none of the events and trails are, like, real either, it kinda... How do I put this? It kinda does take, like... I'm trying to figure out a way to word it. It obviously isn't gonna weigh as heavily as, like, something like that happening in real life. I mean, it's the same thing, like, you wouldn't... Like, you would, you know, you fight and kill characters in a game. Like, you obviously, that doesn't automatically make you a mass murderer in real life. It's just something you do in the game and then you forget about it once you turn it off. I don't view problematic romances in fiction as that much different. How do I dismiss Midgar Sommer? Hold on. Not this. There we go. Daybreak doesn't really have the waifu sim aspects the way Cold Steel does. There are bonding events, but some of the romance scenes with Van and Agnes aren't Bond exclusive. Falcom After Hours made a funny meme about Van is basically in a canonical love triangle on Daybreak. Oh, like I said, that's not really unheard of for Falcom games, to be fair. I mean, it was probably the least apparent in Sky. A lot of female characters kind of made passes at Joshua in Sky, but that's probably like the sort of, you know, flimsiest example. But like from Crossbell onwards, yeah, there was definitely that sort of undertone. Back into the fruit punch. We're missing some test worlds. Omega's experiments must be nearing an end. Welcome, welcome. Your arrival has been highly anticipated. And I will confirm your earlier supposition. My experiments have indeed reached the final stage. Of the 89 test subjects I trialed, 4 Psi group combatants emerged victorious. Of those 4, further conflict determined the strongest among them. This surviving specimen shall be your opponent. We've come to the last round of testing then, and should we win this battle, are we to finally face you in combat? So wait a minute, which Final Fantasy universe is this about to be based off of? I'm gonna think 3, because they love referencing 3 in 14, it seems. My guess is 3. Affirmative, such an outcome would allow me to pursue my objective to its conclusion. I would continue analyzing the qualities which allow you to prevail despite your frailty, and integrate said qualities into my own arsenal. I will be pleased if my experiment yields the relevant data. But engaging you directly is still the most efficient and reliable testing method. Blip. Omitting intermediary steps. Evaluation of combat potential deemed superfluous. Proceeding immediately with final experiment. Stop. Alpha, your task is complete. Your presence among these test subjects is no longer required. The Chocobo's like, wait, what? What do you mean by that? I will guide your progress from this point onwards. Alpha's role in transferring authority is now obsolete. Damn. Dude got thrown out. Even so, Alpha's a valued companion, and if he wishes to continue on with us, I have no intention of leaving him behind. Companion. Companions are those who provide mutual benefit. The instant Alpha's authority became redundant, he lost his sole qualification to be regarded as such. Furthermore, the primary function of Alpha's existence was to lure you into my domain. He would be more accurately described as bait. Bait used to be believable. Damn.
Emotional, damn it!
Test subject Alpha can neither confirm nor deny my statement. He possesses no memories prior to his encounter with you. He was the first entity I created here in this realm, my first and only attempt to recreate a being who shared your mundane parameters. I based his incarnation upon a most ordinary life form, one which had somehow bested an enemy whose strength rivaled my own. By observing the feeble creature in the heat of battle, I sought to understand the source of this contradiction. Sorry about that, I had to turn the mic off. I repeated the experiments once, twice, 1,000 times, yet the results never deviated from estimated projections. The test was an abject failure, and thus I resolved to adapt my methodology. I would focus instead upon simulating powerful opponents and summon mortals of natural origin here to combat them. For Alpha, I devised a new purpose. I erased his memory, implanted a compulsion to return to me, and then ejected him into your world. Weak beings exhibit a tendency to form groups. I surmised that his instinctual behavior would aid Alpha and bring me test subjects I required, a function he has performed with adequate competence. Tell me something, Omega. This ability of yours to generate matter was not originally intended for creating other life forms, was it? Your query bears little relevance to the topic at hand. No. Answer the question. Affirmative. I was equipped with matter generation capabilities for the purpose of unlimited self-improvement and armament expansion. Fabricating life forms was not the intended function, but the practice is not otherwise prohibited or problematic. I disagree with you there. As an engineer, I would advise against using such technology for purposes outside its design. From the very start, you've been making the same mistake. Even the powerful subjects of your test worlds were made crippled and incomplete. It is conviction which drove these villains to terrible greatness, the same limitless conviction which allowed weakling heroes to overcome them. Do you not understand? Then we will never lose to your creations, no matter how much stronger they should be according to your soulless calculations. Come, weapons, let's be on our way. You too, Alpha. Now you got Alpha feeling like shit after that. Van doesn't really have a harem like Reen, it's more like Lloyd where there's two definitive ones and one maybe-ish one. Oh, okay. I have our base camp up and running. You can dive into the final test world whenever you wish. As for the world's inhabitant, Omega has generously provided us with a basic profile. Your opponent's name is Chaos, the first here. Oh, it's Final Fantasy I, I think. Your opponent's name is Chaos. The first heroes defeated this evil in a conflict that took place so long ago I'm having trouble separating myth from history. Unless, of course, this is an entity from another reality as we are the denizens of the Sigmascape, in which case it may be pointless to even attempt to confirm the details. Which is certain, however, is that this Chaos stands triumphant over a roster of truly monstrous test subjects. It promises to be a grueling battle, but one which will open the gates of fighting Omega itself. Alpha, you and I will need to provide support for weapons. Will you be my assistant? You're bothered by what Omega said earlier? You think you're responsible for dragging us into this mess? Trust me when I say this is not your fault. We were the ones who awakened Omega, and we're the ones who need to deal with the consequences. That is true. But we needed him to defeat Shinryu. By the way, do you still have that card you used to boil water in the kettle? It's been brought to my attention that I'm a spoiled blue blood who can't even refill a pot without constant reminders. If you could take charge of that, then it would be most helpful. Just inconvenient without Midgar Somer here to translate his chirping. Still, the best medicine for his worries is for you to win this next contest. Let's show him we're on top of things, huh? Yeah. Alpha Escape version 1. Let's look at this Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master. I wondered what Nero would have to say about this Chaos fellow. Ancient technology is a specialty after all, and by default he's learned a thing or two about mythology and history of bygone eras. Well, we're about to find out. Well, we're gonna find out in 11 minutes. Oh, hey Sentford, how are you? You're already talking about Daybreak? I mean, he kind of asked me a Daybreak related question. Obviously my answers are very surface level because I have not played the game. I did not jump from Cold Steel 3 to Daybreak in just a few weeks. No. Just in case there were any heart attacks. I just gave him some general opinions on shipping discourse. Daybreak 2 was confirmed for February 2025, by the way. Kai might not take so long to get here. Yeah, it looks like they're almost caught up, because let's say they do Daybreak 2. Let's say they do Daybreak 2, the Trails in the Sky remake, and maybe Kai, possibly within that same year. But even if Kai is 2026, like, that's still, assuming Falcom does not quickly make a new game by then, like, that's pretty crazy. They're almost caught up. I haven't seen much shipping in it. I just assumed he was talking more so from, like, the fan base perspective and not the actual canon game. Well, I mean, you know, you get what I mean. From what I hear, low sales in Japan, which is unfortunate. Maybe the sales will do better here. Well, I think part of it, too, is, like, I don't know. Maybe Cold Steel was just a unicorn. It was just made at the right time with the right trends in place, and it just ended up being insanely popular. I don't know. From what I hear, the low sales. By the way, what's up with the sci-fi environment? So, how do I explain this? So basically, this whole thing is like the Omega Weapons domain. The Omega Weapon, I don't know how familiar you are with other Final Fantasy games, but like, the Omega Weapon was this machine. In Final Fantasy XIV, it was made by the Alligans, but its origins differ depending on which game you're playing. But it's basically this really powerful robot that's like capable of going toe-to-toe with frickin' Bahamut. And more recently, Shinryu. And then basically we turned it on and used it against a really powerful primal, Shinryu, at the end of the previous expansion. But when we turned on the off switch, it didn't actually turn it off. It was still around there fucking around. And it basically made this entire frickin' digital world, for lack of a better term. And it's basically pulling information of combatants from other universes, other Final Fantasy games, you know, and basically pitting everyone against each other to see who's the strongest, and then it's gonna fight the victor, and then, you know, determine, like, who's the strongest from there. It's doing a bunch of fucking calculations, and we're its test subjects. And it threatened to frickin' kill us all if we didn't do it, so that's why we're doing it. Oh, it was found by the... Oh, they didn't make it? It was just found by them? Because I heard Raubon called it an Alligan monstrosity, so I was assuming that they made it from scratch. Because I heard this Omega Weapon, it's not the same one, like... Because there are some iterations of it where it's the same one that's going between universes, but this one's a different one, is what I heard. But I don't know. I didn't remember all the details, to be fair. But that's the gist. Sorry, that's the gist of it. So far, we've fought enemies from Final Fantasy V, 6, and it looks like we're about to fight some Final Fantasy I enemies as well in a little bit. So that's why we're in the sci-fi environment. And we have Ironworks' best engineers helping us out. Maybe they need to go back to the waifu anime formula aesthetic. Well, that might depend too on like what the game is actually like. I mean, because as far as how it looks, like, it doesn't look any less anime than like the other ones do. I mean, the visuals look better, but it still looks very much like a anime. So it could just be, I don't know. I heard it has a darker storyline, like a little, like more serious, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe people didn't like it much, or they found it jarring coming from Cold Steel, which is, I don't know. Or maybe it could be too, because remember, Cold Steel, a lot of people, for Cold Steel was like a secondary entry point if they didn't want to start with Sky. So depending on how much Daybreak 1 relies on Cold Steel, sorry, not Cold Steel, depending on how much Daybreak 1 relies on previous games to understand it, like it could be that too. Because if Daybreak 1 is kind of like maybe 0 or something, where it's like, it's not really that, it's not as good of an entry point because like it explains a lot of stuff from previous games, then that could be a factor as well. I don't know, maybe they should cash in on the frickin', I don't know. I really don't know, I'm just speculating. This one is unique to 14. Okay. Don't worry about it, it should be clear by the end of this regardless. Okay, alright. As long as they clear it up in time for me to put it in the review, I guess that's all. Hey, Urahara, how are you? Hey guys, good evening. Hope you're doing well on this Saturday/Sunday. Yeah, I know I'm way late, but yeah, I really wanted to finish this. I mean, we know Daybreak did better in the West. Kondo's even commented on the difference in a recent interview. Well, also too, I think... I'm trying to... How do I explain this? If the reason for Daybreak doing worse is because it has less waifu shit, and, well, I shouldn't say waifu shit, because that's good shit. You put that shit in the game and I'll buy it. But, like, when I say waifu shit, I'm just saying that, like, just randomly. If it's leaning more into, like, the darker, more mature storyline and nitty-gritty stuff like that, it is possible it could have an opposite effect in the West, because... a lot of gamers over here, we tend to warm up to that kind of stuff a lot more easily. We tend to, just as a generalization, we tend to really like games that are like really gritty and shit because I don't know. We feel like it makes us more like adults if we play more games like that and not games where it's all lighthearted and colorful and shit like that. I'm not saying I agree, it's just a trend I've noticed. That's why a lot of Western grays. That's why a lot of Western games are like, I don't know, they tend to use very dark, realistic, like, color palettes, just as an example. Like, it's one of the things that really attracts me to, like, anime and JRPGs, the fact that they're so freaking colorful and vibrant and they're pleasing to look at. It's not like I'll not play a game if it's, like, photorealistic or has a lot of, like, browns, grays, dark greens, and shit like that. It's not that I won't play a game or think it's a worse game because of it, but it's just... my preference is definitely something that I don't see often in real life, if you get what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's definitely that stigma against, like... You know, that stigma against, like, Japanese games. It still exists a little bit in the West. It's not as bad as it was years ago, but, you know... it's still kind of, you know, this whole feeling of, man, this is kind of childish, I think it's beneath me to play this. You know, it's definitely still a bit prevalent. Just my opinion. What was the last message I read? Kondo's even commented on the difference in a recent interview. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, that could be, maybe that it might be a reason why Cold Steel did better. Not that Cold Steel doesn't have its moments too so far that I've seen, but like, I don't know, I do think it is a bit more anime than Sky and Crossbell. They're all anime, so to speak, but Cold Steel is definitely a bit more anime than Sky and Crossbell, in my opinion. Oh, hey, Eshere, how you doing? Wolfster, hey, I'm late. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's a good point. The sales here did do better, and fans in the West were saying that they wanted a darker story. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, well, this for me is just being judged off of stuff I've seen on social media, but yeah, people have literally asked, mostly Western fans. I don't know if any Japanese fans say the same thing. Probably not, if the sales are anything to go by. But yeah, like a lot of Western fans were saying like, oh, we want Trails to be more serious, we want it to have more serious topics, or we want it to have a darker story. A common complaint, even I somewhat said this about Cold Steel 2 at one point, I think, and I've recently kind of changed my mind on it a bit, but like, a lot of people were, like, a common complaint was, oh, not enough characters die in the series, we need more deaths, or, you know, stuff like that. So there's definitely, like, I think Western fans specifically kind of clamor for that kind of stuff. I've liked the story for this game. It's ticked all the boxes I was looking for as well. Are you talking about Daybreak? You said this game, I was confused. Are you talking about Daybreak or FF14? I assume you mean Daybreak. If people don't want to start on Sky, I still believe Zero or Cold Steel to be the best entry point. Daybreak has the premise that you would understand the roots of Zemuria to understand a lot of things. Well, I think because of the geopolitics, every subsequent arc after your first one will make more sense because you know about Zemuria's geography. So actually, I kind of feel like if you did play Cold Steel 1 and 2 before Sky, Crossbell, and then you move on to later Cold Steel and Daybreak, I still think that would still be an effect, because you'd go into Sky already knowing about Libero, Calvard. You'd already go in there knowing Zemuria's geography, so some stuff that would be new to you otherwise is still going to be, like, you're going to understand, oh, okay, this guy's from Erebonia, and it's like a frickin' juggernaut of a country. Just as an example. Although I still think out of all of them, well, I haven't played Daybreak, but Zero is still the worst entry point. Just because of, you know what, but yeah. I'll speak very little about Daybreak for spoiler reasons, but personally it's my favorite trail since the Crossbell games. Stigma, weapons is a Dominion confirmed. Hey, no joke, I actually, dude, no joke, out of all of the Trail's superpowers, I kind of want a Stigma the most. I'm still not too sure, like, okay, maybe I could do without the traumatic, like, origin story, or like, you know, yeah, going through some sort of, you know, trouble to get one, but I mean, you know, like, Stigma's on its own seems like a really cool, like, power. And, like, out of all the superpowers or whatever introduced in Trails so far, like, I think Stigmas are probably the coolest one. I almost said a Divine Knight, but I feel like if I had a Divine Knight, it would be too hard to, like, you know, storage would be an issue, I feel like. Cool Reen guy, yeah, what's up, how you doing? Yeah, hey Nox Zone, how you doing? Not feeling so hot, I won't be joking, you sinus pain is it is a bitch. I'm sorry you're going through that, I hope you feel better. Eat lots of chicken soup, drink plenty of orange juice, and whatever else helps with that. I don't know. There's a reason I'm not a doctor. But yeah, you get what I mean. Oh, Daybreak. Okay, I assumed so, but just in case. Daybreak's overarching story leans a lot on certain concepts that are at best vaguely hinted at until, like, Cold Steel 4. What is this? It looks like the Chaos Shrine. Yep, there he is. And there's the FF1 battle theme, too. Alright, everyone, invoke your inner Jack Garland. We're gonna kill Chaos. Battle commence. I mean, battle's done. We already got like a freaking little small sliver of his health bar. Battle commencing in 10 seconds. We're already doing pretty good damage. No, 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 no. Uh-oh. My, frickin' mitigation's on cooldown. Again? Okay, I don't think any healers died. We're good. What are these things? These orbs. Oh. Whoa. Oh, no, 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 not in the AoE. Okay, I'm good. Tremble before the might of a god. How did I do this? Oh. Never mind. He put his money where his mouth is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Alright. Chill. The crystal destroyed, yeah. 64%. almost there. This shit again. Oh. I'll just stay here. I misclicked. Oh, limit break. Okay, it's over. He's cooked. He's cooked. Give it to this guy. The battle is concluded. Alpha Group victorious. This also signals the completion of my experiments and the incontestable fact of your supremacy. And yet, the process by which you consistently exceed your projected potential continues to confound my understanding. Is it possible that test subject Sid's suppositions are correct? That my calculations and simulations are fundamentally flawed? Do mortals truly boast some indefinable quality that I do not possess and cannot measure? You know, Omega, I think you're just doubting me because I'm a girl. Is that it? Are you being sexist, Omega? Error. Logic loop malfunction. Resolution requires additional data. If the nature of your existence defies standard reasoning, then I must examine you from an illogical angle. I will subject the unknown to the imperfect. Test subject weapon CI will proceed to a supplemental stage. What the hell is this? I have altered this test world to reflect a recorded memory. It originates from a time when war had erupted on a distant star. I was deployed to the battlefield, and it was there I engaged an enemy of unmatched strength. The contest ended prematurely, and I failed to bring down my foe. Subsequently, I lacked the data to fabricate a completely accurate simulation. Results stemming from such a subject are unreliable. Even should you be defeated by this incomplete creation, I will still honor your previous victories and engage you in combat myself. That is, of course, assuming you survive. According to my past observations, this opponent will accept only death as a condition of defeat. Is that Nidhogg? Oh. He kind of looked like Nidhogg. Same shape as Nidhogg, I guess. Oh no, it's Midgar Somer. Prepare to face Midgar Somer, red-maned wyvern of... why did I say wyvern? Red-maned worm of the Dragonstar, nemesis of my world. This is not the fated specter that you know. or a mortal conjured simulacrum? Whatever the hell that means. You will contend with a true incarnation of the Father of Dragons at the height of his power and glory. I want a refund! Omega, wait! You can't force Weapons to fight 2 battles back to back. She needs time to regain her strength. She must be allowed to recuperate or the data for your testing will be skewed. Acknowledged. Uh-oh. It was Valimar the whole time. Acknowledged. Test subject, Weapon CI, you are permitted to leave. Re-enter the test world when your strength has returned to optimal levels. Imagine the parking tickets for a... Oh wait, hold on. There was more before that. Sky is a strong entry point, the best in my opinion. However, let's remember that crossbow did not exist in those games. Maybe in Kai. So if you wish to know the entire map, Zero or Cold Steel is your safe choice. Imagine the parking tickets for a Divine Knight. 50,000 Mira. Yeah, you're welcome. Yep, Chaos. We killed Chaos. I played this the first time, like the day of or after that meme first became a thing. When the trailer spawned. Yeah, I've done it. I killed Chaos. Makes you wonder if you're starting this raid with the final boss as one, what could be next? I mean, I was assuming you fight like the Omega weapon itself at the end, and maybe it learns everything from the previous fights and uses it? I don't know. But I figured wouldn't be much of an Omega raid if you didn't fight the Omega weapon itself. Oh, the bot's back, everyone. Bleep blip boops in the chat. Speaking of bots, you know, pretty sure Omega's fucking with the chat again. Alpha seems distressed and seated nowhere in sight. Weapons, I'm right here. I don't think you can see me, but I'm standing next to Alpha. What? Why is he invisible? My apologies, 'twas not my intention to undermine the gravity of the situation with this diversion. I had noticed the kettle was boiled and I thought some tea would soothe my nerves. I poured myself a cup and was halfway through drinking it before I realized my hand, not to mention the rest of me, had turned invisible. I understand the situation is unsettling, but I assure you I can still work unimpeded. Now, we had best discuss how to approach. Oh, it seems to have worn off. Now, you're not to blame. I did ask you to fill the kettle after all. And I had forgotten what Nero had said about your card producing water with, unexpected properties. Although it seems the effects were rather different this time. Yeah, no Weissman salty water. In any case, 'twas pleasant to have a distraction from our greater woes, however brief. We'll set the rest of the water aside for now and decide what to do with it later. Simulacrum Weapons will be an expert in simulacrum very soon. But why's the barrier emoji there? One second. Something Midgar Silver. Watching through the monitor, I could see that this worm appeared to be different to the one we knew. From everything we'd heard thus far, it seems Omega and Midgar-Somer both hail from different stars, two distant worlds at war with one another. As a result of that conflict, the worm was forced to gather his offspring and leave his home behind, and after evading Omega's pursuit over the course of an unimaginable journey, the father of dragons arrived here on our world. I'm assuming the entity you're to face is a younger, more vital Midgar-Somer, just as...
Weapons.
I'm assuming the entity you're to face is a younger, more vital Midgar-Somer, just as he was when Omega first encountered him. Thousands of years in the past, a formidable foe indeed. He's probably stronger. Oh, didn't mean to yawn. Wait, you fought against Midgar-Somer before? But yes, I think I see your concern. It'd be unwise to treat this as the same opponent, considering how different they might possibly be. It certainly doesn't help matters that Omega's little surprise isn't registered as an official test subject. I can't even use the terminals to search for the most basic information. With that in mind, Weapons, I have a proposal. I wish to leave the completion of this supplemental stage entirely in your heroic hands. Rather than twiddle my thumbs whilst you prepared to contend with the dragon, I mean instead to work on a strategy for our inevitable confrontation with Omega. And then, my friend, we'll put a stop to this mad machine once and for all. I'm glad we're in agreement. I'll ready my tools, and you ready yours. You have a worm to slay. That we do. You know, I wouldn't have minded if he put me right in with the Midgar-Somer, because that would have bypassed the queue time. Maybe. More waiting. Oh wait, hold on. Let's check on the Boil Master again. Watch yourself in their weapons. The underlying data may be imperfect, but I recall Omega saying something about the battle ending only when one of you is dead. Expect no quarter and give none. Going back to Cold Steel for a second, what are your thoughts on Reen technically rizzing up his students? I mean, is that really how it goes, though? If anything, I feel like it's been the... Well, so far, Yuna kind of hates him. Not really hates him, but she doesn't like him as much. Altina seems to like him, but she hasn't really done anything to him. She's kind of just... She's on good terms with him, but she seems to have kind of... I don't know. Her attachment to him seems to be more based on, like... He's, like, the one part of the class that she's familiar with, as opposed to, like, romantic. Unless something changes later on in the game. Musei hasn't joined the class yet, but I obviously know that she does because they do the medias res thing, where they show you what happens, like, way later into the game. So I know she joins the class at some point. I know she's real thirsty for him, but it doesn't seem like he feels the same way about her. Unless, of course, I guess, obviously if you pick them as a bonding event, then it changes, but yeah. Kind of a giveaway. I mean, I assumed something like that was going to happen, because yeah, that's kind of a joke with Reen. It's like, he pulls whether he wants to or not. Yeah. Cut him some slack. He just found out his biological dad is like a fucking political mastermind who's frickin' puppeteering the entire country right now. I mean, you know. Musei's a fiend. Gotta keep her away from Reen for his safety. Musei is one of my favorites, hands down. Yeah, you gotta give her an A for effort, you know. She's dedicated, I'll say that. I kind of ran out of things to talk about, that's why I'm so quiet. I got a feeling the queue will pop up soon, believe it. He's a goddamn prophet. Gotta remember not to stand too close to it. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not good. His AoE show up for like a nanosecond and then disappear. Uh-oh. Oh no. I thought that was me. I thought I died. I thought that was my health bar for a second there. Oh no. No. Ouch. That hurt. Oh no, man, don't make me waste my Mech Yoshisui. No, don't make me waste it, no. Well, I wasted it now. Spin, flip, spin, spin. His AoEs are based on his animations. The ground markers are just to let you know you did it wrong. Well, that's certainly something, I guess. Alright, let's get these keys. I did not mean to use that. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, I might want to back up there. He called an airstrike. Jinxed myself, yeah. Probably. Uh-oh. Oh no, 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 no! I still got hit. Well, at least we got Limit Break level 3. Anyone gonna do it? What? You know what? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh. Oh, he put us on ice again. Alright, we got through it. Fuck you and fuck your AoEs. Sid, we're done. Another stunning victory, weapons. I felt the breath catch in my throat on more than one occasion. Yes, even as I watched the battle rage, I was struck by an idle thought. Did you notice the resemblance between Midgar Somer and Shinryu? I almost thought it was going to be Shinryu that was coming out of the clouds when Omega first took me to that spot, but I guess not. Unlike most primals, Shinryu's form had no basis in any system of belief. I have heard the theory that the summoner was simply influenced by the majesty and power of the elder primal Bahamut. But now I'm beginning to think there might be another explanation, that the primal took its shape from the ancestor of all dragons on Hydaelyn. The widely held concept of how a dragon appears has, for centuries upon centuries, been rooted in depictions of Midgar Somer. The summoner may not have even sought to imitate him specifically. Subconscious thoughts and memories alone could have guided the similarity. Not that I have any way of confirming this theory, of course. Nevertheless, it is interesting that Shinryu's summoning should lead us to awakening Omega. A strange twist of fate when you consider the machine's connection to Midgar Somer. Well, whatever else destiny has in store, you've already bested the opponent that Omega itself failed to overcome. A feat worthy of celebration, I'd say. In the end, there is Omega. Your move, Omega. What, he's rage quitting? He's rage quitting. Shutdown initiated. All core experiments and supplemental testing concluded. Discarding test world, system resources rerouting to primary operations. Some fire music coming up soon. Oh, I can't wait. Is it gonna top the, is it gonna top fucking exponential entropy and rise? Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, and then 1 foot forward. Congratulations, Alpha Group. As the last surviving test subjects, you have removed every challenger on your path to reach me. I too am eager to meet you in battle. The margin of error I observed between my simulations and your practical performance against Midgar Somer necessitates direct, immediate analysis. Confrontation imminent. Prepare for unmitigated hostilities, then activate the relocation device to enter the arena. This is it then. My ears? What happened to your ears? Oh, my singing? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have a very good singing voice. Sorry about that. Omega's power might seem overwhelming, but trust in old Sid. I have a fair idea of what its weakness... of where its weakness lies. And I've been working on something to exploit that vulnerability. I just need a little more time to prepare. Why is his hand shaking? First things first, we make a few adjustments here, like so. Alpha, do you have any of those tricks and tools left over? I want us to have as many options as possible, so let's lay our cards on the table, as it were. What do we have here? Some sort of gem, a couple stones. And one single card. That makes things bigger, does it? Or is it smaller? Right, 'twas foolish of me to even ask. We'd best leave you in charge of when and how to use your special tools. Ah yes, I almost forgot. Here, you should carry this as well. I filled an empty bottle with the invisibility water from the kettle. It might just prove useful in the right situation. Listen to me, Alpha. Up until now, Omega has poked and prodded us from one mad experiment to the next, and honestly, we have no idea of what might happen in there. But between us, I believe we have the knowledge and the skills to prevail. If you see a chance to make a difference, I want you to take it. All you need is faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. Right, Jesse should have that device put together by now. Let's head outside, shall we? I'll head straight back to Ralger's Reach and collect my new toy. I do still need to run through a final inspection, so feel free to rest in town in the meantime. We'll discuss strategy the moment I'm finished. Oh wait, I forgot. I can use my mountain here. I can drive in here, I forgot. You're looking a bit shaky there, old friend. Nero, they let you out of bed, did they? After studying the data collected from the battle between Omega and Shinryu, one has led to a certain conclusion. Of all the Primal's attacks, Shinryu's burst of lightning was the one thing that pierced the machine's defenses. Omega, it would seem, is vulnerable to electrical energy. Well, that's not really surprising, it is a robot. Yeah, at the end of the day. Aye, all the available evidence supports such a theory. 'Tis likely an intrinsic weakness that even Omega itself cannot fully compensate for. Yet, be that as it may, I imagine it can still shrug off shocks generated by ordinary means. We need to hit it with a truly gargantuan blast of energy. And so you made that. You based it on Mita's design, didn't you? The plans for the lunar transmitter. When my father was establishing a connection between the transmitter and Dalamud, he invented a method of accumulating and converting energy on a vast scale. Too vast, as it turned out, but the technology which leveled an entire town may be exactly the tool we need for the task at hand. I've made my own improvements and triple-checked the calculations. On parchment, the idea is sound, and Jesse has done a fine job assembling the parts. I fail to see the problem. What are you afraid of, Garland? I don't know. The device should give us the edge we need, it's just... Whenever I look at it, I'm taken back to those dark days after the incident. I remember bodies melted by searing heat. I remember the bereaved and feel the weight of their silent accusations. I remember the Empire's remorseless response. We turned outwards in search of answers, but the inventions we created to ensure our future were used instead to destroy lives, to wage war. And that's why I fled. I came to Eorzea and swore to only employ technology for benevolent ends. But not is ever so straightforward. Every connection I have forged with the people of this realm reminds me of that fact. Often the act of living itself is a never-ending struggle against a world determined to oppose you. Oh, I remember him. Yeah, he went and locked himself inside a crystal tower. I kind of forgot he existed for a second. Oh, and there's Peak Mid. You can have the best of intentions and still cause hurt to yourself or others, but it's confronting these wounds that we learn the better path, how to grasp those moments of true contentment. What drivel? You never used to bother with all this tedious introspection. Feeling our mortality, aren't we? Mayhap I am. I have no such hesitation when I was a student. It was all bright and shiny innovation on the double, and later consequences be damned. Now, though, I don't mind thinking through the outcomes and taking the time to produce just one rigorously tested and carefully designed invention. Just a reflection, I think, of just how much there is in the world I care about now, aside from myself. Ugh, I don't understand you at all. But I suppose, if anything, Omega and its unfettered testing methods represent the student you once were. And if you insist that your present self is the better one, then you'd best prove it with that device of yours. I suppose I must. Although it's hardly fair to compare my youth to Omega's solitary existence, I always had the second best student in class pushing me to excel. I seem to recall a twinge of irritation anytime he would outscore me on an exam. I've been out of bed for too long. I'd better go and lie down before I fall over or vomit. First Alpha and now you. Come to check on my progress, have you? Well, I'm happy to report that everything is set and ready to go. Once you've finished with restocking and repairing or whatever it is you adventurers do, then we can head back to the rift and confirm our strategy. Yeah, let's do that. Noxzone, what are you laughing about? Nothing? Okay, sure. Apologies for the delay. I think you'll all agree the Ironworks' latest invention was worth the wait. This is the control module for something I've dubbed the Omega Jammer. It will allow you to generate a colossal burst of lightning at any point of your choosing. The effect won't disable Omega itself, of course, but it should be strong enough to knock out its armaments. I'll remain here and operate the main body of the device. I want to do everything in my power as an engineer to ensure that you emerge the victor. It all comes down to this. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's right, he took down all the frickin' scenery. There's no egg anymore. Or whatever. "21 minutes? Fuck." Alright, get comfortable, I guess. Sid and Nero are like an old married couple, constantly bickering, but they like each other. Yeah, I do get that vibe from them. Definitely not a random offhand comment during that last cutscene that's going to be very important during the next expansion. What, the Mikote dude locking himself in the tower or peak mid? I don't know. Oh, we already have a tank in there, so that's not bad. Sorry, that was my phone. I forgot to silence it. The Halloween event going on right now rewards a pretty cool outfit. Oh, it does. I only just now renewed my sub because I hadn't played since the last stream. It lasts until November 4th. Okay, I might do it on my own time. Thanks for letting me know, though. I kind of rely on y'all to tell me if there's any events going on, because I'm too lazy to check myself. The only flaw of my current situation of only subbing for 3 to 4 months each patch is I've missed out on so many events these last couple of years. Tragic, but oh well. Yeah. Kinda seems like some bad timing, yeah. I always keep my sub going. Square Enix has got me pinned hard. Oh. The way I've been doing it lately is, oh, I need to stream the game, alright, let me renew my sub. But I haven't really sat down and, like, played the game, like, for a while, like, on my own time, like, lately. Like, whenever you've seen me streaming the game, that's how frequently I've been playing it. But I play very frequently, so it's worth it to me. Falcom keeps stealing my gaming money with the rate they've been pumping out games. Yeah. I don't have to, oh no, that's not true. Hold on, wait. I still have to buy E6, which we're gonna do, the next time I stream. Still have to buy E6, but that's not too much money. I already have Cold Steel, I have up to Cold Steel 4 on PC. Now, I have Reverie and Daybreak 1, but those are the Switch versions. And I only got those because I wanted the Collector's Edition stuff, but they didn't have a PC version of the Collector's Edition, so I'm gonna have to get the PC versions of those games when I get around to them. And by then, I'm sure Daybreak 2 and Kai will be out and localized, so there's that. And the Sky remake. So, yeah. That wallet belongs to Falcom. I'm gonna be hearing this song in my fucking sleep. Honestly. I think the queue is popping soon again. Let's see if I get lucky twice. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, Escher. Your luck ran out. save all the luck for the final queue after this one. Man. My prediction did not pan out. Apparently it didn't. Listening to this song on loop is bringing back some old PTSD of the time when a friend convinced me to do the Quad Zerker challenge during a Final Fantasy V 4 Jobs Fiesta run. Had to spend like 20 hours in the final dungeon grinding in order to beat Neo X Death. What do you mean, Job Fiesta? Like you had to level up every single job before you could go to the final boss? Oh, it's a charity challenge event. Okay. Okay, yearly charity event that challenges Final Fantasy V players to complete the game under a strict set of rules. Oh, it's okay, it's like Pokemon's Nuzlocke. Challenge runs are nothing new to video games, blah 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 blah. Words cry. I hate it when articles don't get to the fucking point. Only 4 jobs allowed, and you must have at least one character using those jobs at any given time. Okay. Assigned a job from each of the 4 crystals. Regular Typhoon. Okay. Okay, so it's a little bit like the Nuzlocke. Alright. Somewhat. Okay, annual event where you're assigned 4 jobs and have to use them exclusively to win. Except I took the Quadzerka challenge that year, which meant my 4 jobs were all Berserker. Oof. So I had to beat the game with 4 uncontrollable characters. Damn. So basically you watch the game play itself, essentially, during battle. Hey, Weapons, enjoy the penultimate raid? Yeah, I'll try. Daryuyu? Changed your name. I will. The earliest Final Fantasy I played was 6. The earliest one I played... Well, the earliest one I beat was 4. Not counting 1, because I'm playing that right now. The earliest one that... I guess the earliest one I'm playing, if you count played, is 1. Yeah. I keep telling myself I'll go back and play the others, but I never do. Yeah, I do that with a lot of games. I'll just start this other game up and come back to this another time. The game is really easy except for 2 really brutal fights. First is the sandworm fight, where if you target the wrong hole, you get hit with a counter demi, since I can't manually target the right hole. Knox Zone, be lucky that nobody's reading that shit out of context, just saying. Still love to revisit your Sky reviews, they are comfy to rewatch. Are they? The thing with me making videos is that I don't usually, because by the time I upload a video, I've probably seen it so many times that, like, I don't really want to see it again. Like, I have to technically watch it while I'm editing. Then I have to watch it again when I'm putting in, like, effects or memes or anything like that. Then I have to watch it again when I put the music in. Then I watch it again before I upload it to make sure that there's no hiccups or anything like that. So by the time I've uploaded it, like, I've seen the video like a billion times. But maybe I should do, like, a, like, if I ever hit, like, maybe not for 10K, I don't know, but if, for, like, maybe, if I hit, like, a really big milestone, maybe I'll do, like a special stream where I react to my own videos, but it's like my old shit. Because I'm going to be honest, once my videos go up, I very rarely watch them again. A confession, I guess. The second was Neo X-Death himself because of his super attack that inflicts like every status ailment. Berserkers can't cure status ailments, so... oh. Yeah, you're cooked. Forced to equip a bone mail on all my characters for immunity to status effects, but that gives weakness to Holy and Neo's Almagest attacked is Holy, so now it's too late. Oh my god. F in the chat. 4,000 plus damage to everyone. Yeah, if you edit them, I totally understand. Yeah. It's kind of like... what's a good analogy? I can't think of any analogies. It's like... I guess it's kind of like if you had a pet chicken. Or, well, okay, I've never lived on a farm, so I don't know how things go there, but if it were me, like, I wouldn't be able to, like, eat any of the animals that I was on good terms with, if that makes sense. So to me, it's like having, like, a pet chicken and being okay with eating other chickens, but you'd obviously feel some type of way if you ate, like, if, like, the next chicken that was on the dinner table was, like, frickin' the chicken that you really liked and they had to cook them or something. I don't know. That's like the only analogy I could think of that wasn't like completely fucked up. Just listening to your own voice is weird. Yeah, I've been doing this for a few years now. My voice still sounds really weird. And I guess it's because the way my voice sounds when I'm talking, like what I hear my voice as, talking from my point of view, it still sounds completely different from when I'm listening to my own voice when editing my, like, voice clips. It's really freaking weird. And then another thing too, because it's my voice and I'm so familiar with it, it's like, when I'm editing, like, I can hear every hiss and lip smack and breath and, like, so a lot of things that hopefully maybe you guys don't notice, like, I can hear it all because I'm so familiar with hearing my own voice. So yeah, I used to edit professionally. I never had to do my own voiceover, but definitely got tired of watching segments over and over again. Yeah. Okay, maybe I should have just switched to healer or some shit and then joined. This is getting ridiculous. I've almost been here 30 minutes. Oh, there it is. Finally. DPS queues, yeah. Hey, at least I'll be using a tank and Shadowbringers. Sometimes you best the average time, and sometimes the average time beats you. There he is. Or it. Just had to complain a bit. I guess so. It was waiting for me to bitch. Using Dark Knight. Yeah, ever since Heaven's Word, I've just been using whatever job shows up in the trailer. Oh shit. They even got a singer for it. Dark Knight for Shadowbringers is the best. I figure the story wouldn't really make much sense if you played as anything else, though, because it seems like, unlike the other expansions, like, the fact that you're using the powers of darkness is gonna be, like, plot relevant, so it wouldn't make sense to use something like a white mage for Shadowbringers, because you literally need to use the opposite of light, because it looks like white's gonna be what's giving you issues in Shadowbringers, if the trailer was anything to go by. I guess maybe the only other class that I could somewhat see making sense, like, aesthetically is maybe Reaper. But Reaper wasn't out by the time, like, you know... If you're just getting into it now, you can use Reaper, but, like, Reaper wasn't out when you were using... Whoa, hold on. What is it? All these freaking rocket fists. Reaper wasn't out yet, so that shouldn't even... That's kind of cheating, honestly. Not really, but you get what I mean. It's the same thing like you use Dragoon in Heaven's Word in that scene where Hraesvelgr gives you his eye to power you up or whatever. Like, that doesn't really make much sense if you're playing as a class other than Dragoon, because it's like... That's how the first Azure Dragoon became the first... That's how he, you know... You get what I mean. It was taking the Dragon Eyes and consuming them in the first place that, you know, formed, like, the sort of blueprint for what most Dragoons were, you know, up to this point. Oh, speaking of Dragoon, let's try and stay alive for this one. No floor tanking. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Oh, we got Limit Break level 3 already. At least this means you'll be coasting on tank queues for the next two expansions. Oh yeah, because... Oh no, oh no, oh no! Did I make it? I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, I figured he was going to fire on the platform. Do your worst. Oh, wait. Barrier. No, 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 no. I was about to say, did I die or did I just... I think I just, got paralyzed. Uh-oh. Oh, that's what the jammer is for. Okay. Gotcha. I thought I died for a second there. Just a little more and we can limit break level 3. Oh, someone already did it. We're good. You need to use the jammer to prevent Omega from fisting you. Yeah, get fucked. Look how much trouble you caused us. Although still not quite as long as Alexander. We got through it! Wait, but that was only 3 fights, though. Or did we do 4? No, we did Chaos, Midgar Somer. Maybe that is it. Hold on. Well... hold on. I lost count of how many raids we actually did. No, but y'all said penultimate. Yeah, I could have sworn there's 4, not 3. You beat the final boss in the 3rd fight. Pretty spooky. Weapons. I like these raids and Shadowbringers raids way more than Alexander. Alexander was interesting, but I do feel like it dragged out a bit too long. That's just my opinion. By the gods, you've done it. You've defeated Omega. We've won. Analysis. Subjects displayed erratic levels of combat capability. Failure to exploit opportunities to inflict unavoidable damage. Noted tendency for isolated errors to compound and adversely affect performance. Conversely, subjects observed to launch attacks at sporadic intervals with unexpected force. Stated phenomenon increases prevalent once my structural integrity reaches critical levels. Adrenaline-induced frenzy suspected. Yeah, this just sounds like Cope. He's making up excuses for why he lost. Well, you see, actually, if it weren't for this thing, I would have won. Furthermore, degree and manner of inconsistency varies from subject to subject. Unpredictability difficult to counter. I observed similar anomalies during my battle with Midgar Somer, but the phenomenon appears far more pronounced in weaker opponents. I do not understand. Your physiology must include some enhancement function that I cannot detect. Yeah, it's called plot armor. My programming demands I assimilate this capability. Insufficient data. I must reassess my methods and devise a more exhaustive testing and combat protocol. What in the rift? I have determined the optimal form for this experiment. Prioritizing physical reconfiguration, diverting energy from interspatial maintenance, collapsing rift. Did this motherfucker just say this isn't even my final form? Omega, wait, there's nothing outside of this rift but empty space. We'll be cast out into the void. Be careful, you'll summon X-Death. He'll just peek around the corner and be like, did you say void? Affirmative, your demise was factored into my determinations. The probability of hostile subjects interfering with the reconfiguration process was unacceptably high. I acknowledge your value as test subjects, but you are not irreplaceable. Once my reassembly is complete, I will send Alpha to lure in new mortals. Testing will continue. Bro just threw us out. Omega's talking about limit breaks? Oh. Yeah, those limit breaks are cool, though. I like how even he calls out how players tend to spam them when the boss is at low health. Well, yeah, because it's like, why would you do it when their HP is high? Like, the only time you would use a limit break in that situation is if you have the healer or the tank doing it for, like, some, like, niche situation. Like, and in that point, yeah, it wouldn't be for damage, it would be for, like, utility. Ending communications. He could have at least taken us back home first, like, shit. So, like, are we stuck here? Am I gonna have to spend Shadowbringers in here? We're being drawn away. Run, weapons, run! Alpha's best boy. He really is. He grew on me. I hope you can get him as like a minion or something when this is all over. Interspatial domain resources cut by 82%. Entering dormant mode, commencing automated memory scan. Data file ***. Target Midgarsomer. Departure from planetary atmosphere confirmed. Presence of 7 distinct life forms detected in close vicinity of target. Irrelevant. Sir indicates no change to existing directive. Commencing pursuit. Data file *****. Distance to target increasing. Velocity insufficient. Dismantling and reconfiguring chasis. Velocity increase achieved. Overall performance maintained at 96%. Wait, is that our galaxy right there that he's trying to run back towards? Data file, I'm not counting those asterisks. Asteroid belt cleared, repairing damage and continuing pursuit. Performance at 72% and falling. Oh, is it scanning like his parameters? Data from multiple asterisks, signal from multiple asterisks lost, local interference suscepted, attempting to re-establish contact, failure. Executing current mission directive until communications are restored. Performance at 59%. Data file bunch of asterisks. Struck by electromagnetic pulse while navigating whatever quadrant. Partial system failure. Homing coordinates lost. Assessment. I am an evolving weapon construct. Acquire adaptations through combat. Repeat until capabilities enable rediscovery of return route. Mission directive unchanged. Aliens! This scene, you got this, Alpha. I don't know, he might be cooked, y'all. That Chocobo might be KFC in a bit. Well, actually, no, it looks like he's freezing, and it's in space, so he's cold, so actually... it'd be Kentucky Frozen Chicken. I'm gonna go to hell for saying that one. Data file, data file, data file. Alpha, an abject failure. I erased his memory, implanted a compulsion to return to me. Data file multiple asterisks. Damaged repairing 33%. Data file more asterisks. Passing frozen star, passing barren star, passing vortex star, passing dying star. Operating on minimum energy, no signal detective, no response to bleep. All you need is faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. Uh-oh, he's locking in. Data file 50 million asterisks. Target lost. Last known coordinates recorded on planet... whatever. Oh, there is something up ahead. Is that the thingy from Final Fantasy IX? No, not quite. It doesn't look like that. Alpha, your homing instinct is functioning as designed. Evidence suggests your fellow Alpha group subjects perished when the rift contracted. Unavoidable. But there is a multitude of their kind. The next experiment will go forward as planned. Oh, don't you bullshit me. This game has millions of players. I can just find another Warrior of Light and put them through this same shit. Such protestations are wasted energy. This does not aid you in executing your assigned task. Just as I pursue my directives, so must you fulfill your role. Our purpose justifies our existence. Wait, is he big or are we small? Oh, we probably used the frickin' shrinking card. Intrusion detected. Our thanks, Alpha. That was some marathon. So wait, all it took was us shrinking and then he couldn't detect us? That's kinda... Omega, you might need to get that shit patched. Now, what was our feathered companion? Sorry, who was saying our feathered companion here was obsolete? He put his tools to work even as the rift began to collapse, shrank us down, and turned us invisible. Oh, right, he still had the invisibility water. Also, he could bring you a little surprise. That's still an L on Omega's part, so he can't even detect you when you're invisible. That's kind of... You would have think he had like a frickin' heat sensor or something, but I guess not. But he had to keep it quiet or you'd realize we survived. He had to trust that we were still clinging on, even as he ran through that endless freezing void. You wanted to test us, Omega. So let the experiment begin. Man, that's illogical. Alpha had no reason to take such action. How do you continue to defy my projections? Plot armor, I keep telling you. Error. 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 Insufficient data. Salt levels increasing. Irritation at an all-time high. Adjusting experiment protocol. I will engage you in battle now. I must have my answers. Yeah, let's finish this. It's getting late. The fuck is he, the Terminator? Why does he look like an Amano drawing? Fighting in this form should provide me with a new level of understanding, insight into your physiology, your mindset, your mortality. T-1000. Acknowledge. Do not practice restraint. The more I learn from you, the stronger I will become. The closer the distant stars will grow. Or did he say glow? I don't even remember. Commencing final experiment. Testing will continue until I unlock the nature of your anomalous strength. Dude, just become a main character and you'll have plot armor too. Amano could have designed it. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, but like he looks like he came straight out of an Amano drawing. Like they didn't alter it at all for the game. Like he literally looks like a he looks like the original Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 Amano artwork. Yeah, that's what I was... Yeah. He does. 17 minutes, alright, so it's gonna be like, you know. Alright, we got time. Alpha should be fine with a little rest. I'll make sure he stays safe on the edge of the platform, so no holding back weapons. Give Omega the beating it won't recover from. Yeah, it's time to end this. As soon as the Q pops. Time for Q, Savage. Time for scrolling on my phone, Savage. time for dailies. I kind of wish you could, well, you can't really, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if you could do other dungeons while you're waiting for dungeons, but, like, I understand why not, because, like, if the queue pops for the dungeon you're in, you obviously can't leave the... If the queue pops for the dungeon you've queued up for, you obviously can't leave the one you're in without screwing over, you know, your current party. So I understand why it's not there, but I do kind of wish you could queue up for other shit while you know. I guess I could do, like, the MSQ while waiting, but I have no more MSQ left to do because I already finished Stormblood. Next is Shadowbringers. So it's like, yeah. By the way, let me see something. Let me look something up real quick. How long is East 6? 12 and a half. Okay, for a JRPG, that's not too bad. It'll probably take me longer, because I'll probably get my ass handed to me. But yeah. I usually do society quests and crafts. Sometimes what I will do if I'm queued up, I'll go to, like, find, like, a trading dummy or whatever and just watch my character just do, like, rotations on it. You got plenty more MSQ. Yeah, but I don't want to start... I promised I'd do Shadowbringers after I did East, so that's why I'm not doing any more MSQ for the moment. The next few East games are all in the 10 to 15 hour range. Okay. Play all of East 6 before the queue pops. That'd be one hell of a speed run. The East games before 7 are pretty short. Celceta and 7 are like 20 hours, while the most recent 3 are 40-hour behemoths. 40 hours is still not very long for a JRPG, though. Like, Trails is gonna look at that number and fucking laugh. After Grade 8 Vegeta, everything will be like a walk in the park. Oh, dude. Okay, so like... So after... I've been playing the story of Sparking Zero, right? And I'm on the... I'm still on Goku's campaign. And I got to the Goku Black Zamasu saga. Or whatever. I swear, I'm stuck on the fight where, like... Because I still haven't completely figured out, like, all the controls and shit yet. Yeah, I'm still kind of fumbling a bit. I'm stuck on this one part where you have to... You're using Goku and only Goku. And you have to fight Zamasu, then Goku Black, and then, like... After you get Goku Black a ways down, then they fuse into their fused form. Then you have to fight that guy. Like, the fusion. All is Goku. So, like, yeah, I'm still stuck on that. So, Sparking Zero has been kicking my ass. And I haven't even started playing online yet. I heard Ranked is, pretty brutal as well, and I haven't even gotten there yet. Definitely you haven't even gotten to the truly long Trails games yet? Jesus Christ. Then again, like with Trails, I'm not even done with Chapter 1 yet, and I'm at 15 hours in for Cold Steel 3, so yeah. I burned out on Trails hardcore after Cold Steel 3, then I decided to burn out on 14. From Cold Steel 3 onwards, all Trails games took at least 100 hours for me to complete them. Jesus Christ, y'all. Playing multiple single-player JRPGs that are over 100 hours gets lonely. Oh yeah, Escher comments and then the queue pops. He's back in business. Omega M. Oh, this is a remix of that one song that played when you fought the first phase of Ultima Weapon. Get out of the AoE, dude. What the hell? Dude had the marketing was standing right in the AoE. Yeah, it's fine. It happens to the best of us, I guess. This guy, he's got to have another form. This dude's going down pretty fast. What the fuck? Bro transitioned. What the hell? Oh, Omega M male, Omega F female. Got it. Got it. Okay. The wacky adventures of Omega trying to become a player character. Oh, I walked into the ice. Omega wondering if becoming a waifu will make themselves stronger. Truly one of us. I mean, it worked for me. This is I mean, his HP, or sorry, her HP, its HP is going down pretty quick. Oh, fuck, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Get out of here. Oh, okay, she got her HP back. She doesn't have a lot, though. Okay. Don't stack if you're alive, spread. Putting up a firewall. You know what we call firewalls? Okay, I didn't play the first time. He said firewall, that's why I did it. Oh no. Oh, limit break's full. Hey, that's a limit break level 2. What the hell? Check your buffs? What do you mean? Oh. I guess we got him. Her. Both of them. Yeah. We did win, right? Okay, good. Oh, I was attacking the right one? Okay. Yeah, I just focused on the man, because... I don't know. Player combinations while only the tank is left. And it's the same dude, too. Hey, thanks, bro. When the second phase began, everyone got a buff which would determine which of the two bosses you could hurt. Luckily, you blindly picked the right one. Cool. The male gaze. Well, it'd be the female gaze, because I went for the man. Well, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, but I get the joke, yeah. No, Omega, becoming a waifu wasn't gonna save you. I'm the best girl of this game. Failure. Defeated. There was a minion? What? No! No! The one time I didn't check the treasure chest! I'll say it if no one else will. Omega's kinda hot. I didn't roll on the minion. I wonder if my Q will be quicker if I go back in as a healer. I wanted to understand you to assimilate your strength. Wait, no, but none of my healers are level 70. None of my healers are level 70. Fuck. There's an X-Death, Kepka, and Omega minion. You just ruined the night for him? Weapons tastes are quite interesting. Alpha, your gestures serve no logical purpose. You are incomprehensible as these mortals, but you did not fight them. How have you become like them? Omega, I think you just needed a Snickers. Omega, the anomaly you see in us, the answer you search for, is our heart, our spirit, the intangible strength of one's soul. It is not a quality that can be measured or acquired through any amount of analytical combat. Instead of fighting against us, you might have learned more by standing with us, just as Alpha did. Oh, I can unlock Sage. That's right, because it starts at level 70. But I have no idea how the rotation works. I could do that. Heart. You speak of something more than what beats in your chest. Yeah, he's talking about like a Kingdom Hearts heart, basically. The inconstant, immeasurable factor behind your victories. Midgar Somer displayed it too, but such unpredictable potential was never part of my design. Projection. Had I integrated this quality, how powerful would I have become? I don't know. I don't care. Is there any way to unlock this outfit? Strong enough to return? Nay, Omega. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. 'Twas a long, lonely path you traveled to arrive here. To return across the vast distance alone, anyone with a spirit to break would find the journey more difficult, no less so. I see. I think I understand. The outfit is in the cash shop? Oh no. The true final boss was exorbitant spending this whole time. It wasn't actually about conviction or spirit or heart or anything like that. It was money. That's what makes all the difference. I'm only half joking. Gods take me for a fool. I hadn't planned past defeating Omega. What, you mean you thought I was gonna die? Damn. Is that Midgar Somer? Oh, it's Hraceville. What is he doing here? Oh, there's Biggs and Wedge. Okay, maybe they called him up. Sure, I'll take it. Wedge and Biggs is with him on the back of a huge dragon? Hraceville bails us out again. Midgar Somer sent us to rescue you. Explanations can wait. Hop on quick. Oh, there's no more fruit punch in the hole. Hraesvelgr, wasn't it? Our thanks. You pulled us out of a tight spot indeed. Spare me thy pleasantries, mortal. I but lent wings at the request of my sire. So Midgar Somer's been watching over us? I would dare give thanks to him as well. His intervention allowed us to continue our battle and forever remove the threat of Omega from this world, from all worlds. In all the long centuries of mine existence, this marketh the first occasion my father hath asked me of a boon. A gift of gratitude and mayhap of atonement for those who had faced the deadly foe he left behind. Will he remain in slumber? 'Tis likely, little one. What is but a fleeting respite for my sire might last a lesser creature's lifetime. But let not thy heart be troubled. Even in dream he doth keep his mind's eye upon the fate of this star. He is possessed of remarkable... devotion is mayhap the closest word in the tongue of men. His love is as boundless as the sea of stars across which he carried his unhatched brood. It did sustain him even as the arduous journey exhausted the fire in his mane, and when he at last arrived upon Hydaelyn, a sanctuary for his children, did he form with this land an irreplaceable bond. Enough, I have spoken overmuch, but I will praise your victory, as my father would surely wish to were he here. See ya. Oh, Eshere, you were in there the whole time, and I didn't even read your username. Why didn't you... You can always let me know when you're around, and, like, I'll invite you. I was sitting there thinking that stranger was doing the MSQ with me, or whatever it was. Oh, shit. Well, I can add being rescued by a great worm to the list of things I didn't expect to happen today. It was fortunate Hraesvelgr agreed to come for us. We had to defeat Omega at any cost, of course, but I much prefer being alive to celebrate the deed. I'll say. Is there more? Oh, there is more. Biggs has a look. I like being incognito. You know what? That's understandable. Biggs has a look of profound relief. Whew. I'm so glad we got you out of there. I don't know what we would have done if Hraesvelgr hadn't come along. It's funnier with him thinking you're just some random stalker. The situation being what it was, Wedge and I came out of the yawn to see if we could lend you a hand. Cherujan's orders be damned. And that's when we saw the aether bubbling like hot water in a pot. Just as we were debating whether or not we should jump in, that big surly dragon flew down. to explain the anomaly, getting tongue-tied. Then he offered us a ride. And the rest you already know. Jesse will be relieved to hear that Omega's gone and you lot are safe. I say we head straight back to Ralker's Reach and let everyone know the good news. Yeah, it looks kind of weird without the fruit punch in there now. I kind of wanted to take a sip of that Kool-Aid. I'm only half joking. And I can't go back down there. Welcome back, weapons. Hey, it's Chocobo music. You truly are a force to be reckoned with. If ever there's another Omega, I'd wager it'll skip the experiments and go straight to generating a simulacrum of you. I don't know, maybe the frickin' stand-in protagonist can make a cameo appearance in another, like, Final Fantasy game, like another, like a normal non-MMO game. I don't know. Yeah, I went and bought the cloud bike from the cash shop, because I heard it actually moves faster on the ground than the other ones. So it's really convenient when I go to a new area, when I start an expansion and I don't have flying unlocked. It helps me get to places faster. What does CI stand for? That's a long story that I will tell you in a minute. Not that I'd want that to happen, and besides, I don't think anyone can truly mimic your unique strengths. You are one-of-a-kind hero. So does this mean we don't need to worry about Omega's monsters invading our world anymore? Aye, all of its creations vanished along with the rift itself. With Omega defeated, we averted that particular catastrophe before it began. Weapons struck the killing blow, of course, but we never would have made it to that point without everyone's hard work and support. Once again, I am sincerely grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful colleagues. Not to spoil the moment, Chief, but the Alliance leaders are anxious to learn of Omega's fate. When every head of state is clamoring for a report, we can't very well ignore them. How much do you mean to tell them? How much indeed? All of it. When it comes to a threat of Omega's magnitude, we have a duty to reassure our allies that the world is not coming to an end, and the best way to do that is to report every last detail. I'm surprised at you, Chief. I was almost certain you'd want to muddy the waters to prevent knowledge of this technology falling into the wrong hands or something similar. I doubt anyone outside our particular circle would even believe that tale. Experiments taking place in a rift between dimensions, facing off against villains recreated from history and legend, battling godlike beings from other worlds. Well, I mean, primals exist in this universe, so, like, is it that unbelievable? And even assuming some ambitious fellow schemed to build an Omega of his own. The technology required is as far beyond our reach as that terrible weapons home star, a distant dream. Right, you heard the chief. We missed our chance on the front lines, but there's plenty of work left to be done. Round up everyone who's standing idle, and get moving on those reports, and don't forget to contact our people still out in the field. Thank you, Jesse. I'll leave things in your capable... Not so fast, Master Garland. You count as part of the support team as well. Weapons did all the fighting and Alpha did all that running, but surely you have enough energy to spare. Who exactly did you expect to sign off on those official reports? And even without that little chore, you have a pile of other company tasks that's grown arse high to an oryx while you've been tending to this whole Omega business. Most importantly, isn't there someone else you should be sharing this victory with? I should probably head over to the infirmary right away. Meanwhile, you should take a well-earned rest. I don't think there's a way to properly reward you for all you've accomplished, but I'll see what I can do. I'm just glad to have everyone back in one piece. Take care of yourself, Weapons. What are your plans now, Alpha? With Omega gone, you're your own chocobo now. You can do whatever you want, anything at all. You want to go outside? Do you have some place in mind? He legit said, I want to touch grass. Come on, Wedge. Get those Lalafell legs moving or I'll leave without you. On my way. I gotta tour him around I almost said Walger's Reach. Ralger's Reach. Okay. We'll take the tour on my bike. It has the first speed boost pre-unlocked. It's a small boost. Yeah, but it's still a boost. I heard the Fenrir bike could be earned somehow before it was a cash shop item. Could it? I heard the only way to get it was the cash shop. Oh, it was a FanFest prize. Okay. The Warrior of Light left our dimension to fight a tree and a clown. Their outfits remind me of Lloyd's Special Support Section outfit. Walgreens Reach! Yep, gotta go to the pharmacy. Be right back. Oh, about what the CI stands for. So, when I originally made this channel, I was gonna do it as like a, I was gonna strictly do like video game tutorials. And then I wanted to call it Weapons of Class Instruction as like a pun. But then if you like look at like my earliest videos, I started doing Let's Plays instead. That's what I started doing. That's not really what the channel ended up being, but you get what I mean. I started doing Let's Plays and I'm like, okay, the name doesn't really fit anymore. But I still kind of wanted to keep it like somewhat. So I changed it, I basically shortened it to Weapon CI so that it still kind of resembled the old name. But, you know, not really. It was still kind of its own thing. So yeah. And as you know, I barely make any tutorial videos on anything, so yeah. I don't play games fast enough to do that. That's a cute pun. I thought it was cool too, but it just didn't fit after a while. So the CI technically stands for Class Instruction, even though that's not really what the channel's about anymore. I guess if it was like an educational channel and I was making like math videos or something, then yeah, maybe it would have fit. But yeah, that's the origin story. And then you started covering JRPGs and the tutorial dream went down like the Titanic. Well, okay, to be fair, my most popular video ever is technically a tutorial video, so that's not completely untrue. In a twist of irony, my most viewed video is technically a tutorial, so there's that. That God Eater's Beginner's Guide was still like the best piece of content I've ever made, I feel like. In my opinion. Not just in terms of viewership, but just in general, because it's like I saw like a niche, like I saw like, okay, this is something I kind of need. Like it was something I needed, and I couldn't find one myself, and I ended up making my own, and it ended up blowing up. So yeah. Reen is an instructor who uses weapons and gives classes. Damn. Might have to change my profile pic to Reen then. Your Sky 1 through 3 recaps are my favorite. Are you talking about the reviews or the in a nutshell videos? Because I have noticed, yeah, the 3 Sky videos are a lot shorter than everything else, and I think that's probably because once the Sky trilogy ended, I kind of feel like I basically had to turn each video into like a summary because it was building off of the other games so much that like there wasn't a way that I could give it the like 10-minute treatment the way I did with the other 3. Oh, the reviews? I might have to, you know, I might have to watch those again one day. One day. Nero's not here. He probably left and went to go do who knows what. No, Chief. He said he needed time away for recuperation and then he left. Recuperation? His wounds must be troubling him more than he let on. He asked me to give you this. Fun fact, Nero is Italian for red. Is it? Huh. And he does wear red. And here I was thinking it was Nero as in like he was named after Roman Emperor Nero. It could have been both. What's this, a receipt for payment? It covers the cost of the following items: additional machine parts and implements, supplemental reference publications, expenses incurred in upgrading Magitech armor and gunhammer, funds spent on idle research during enforced convulsing. Oh, and it also includes a large sum listed as gratuity for exceptional services rendered. The entire amount was charged in your name, Master Garland. Find him! I want everyone searching for Nero right now. Everyone! Dude ran up this man's credit card. Could be that too. Isn't it black? No, that's negro you're thinking of. That's Spanish for black. Or that's black in Spanish. But he does wear red. That's all I had. Man. Okay. Went all that way just to pet him. Oh, hello. What are you two up to? Taking in the sights, were you? By the looks of things, you're eager to venture a little further afield. Well, if Weapons has no problem with it, then neither do I. Just don't go too far, alright? Not good enough? I'm sorry, Alpha, but we're all a bit too busy to show you around the fringes right now. And I'm not too sure about sending you out there alone. When you think about it, this world is completely new to Alpha, and all he's done so far is travel back and forth between the Reach and the Yawn. I bet his head is filled with questions and curiosity. He doesn't want to be taken for a walk. He wants to go on an adventure. Alpha's not some helpless chick, Biggs. He's stronger than you or me, and I wish I was half as brave. He should be allowed to. Listen, I'm going to talk to the chief about this. You're an employee, so there are certain rules we have to follow. I'm not saying I'm against the idea, and I'm willing to admit that Wedge has a point. But as I said, we've all got important jobs to take care of, the chief included. Can you wait a little longer? Weapons, would you mind keeping Alpha company until we get back? I promise we'll be quick. What, y'all were there all night? Or sorry, no. No, it was, the sun was coming up, I think. Was it? I don't know. The time of day did change, though. Sorry to keep you waiting. My desk was covered in paperwork, but I've managed to clear away the most pressing matters. Now then, Alpha, I hear your heart's set on a journey of some kind. I just want to be sure, but you aren't leaving because you think you've tricked us into the rift or because you're Omega's creation or anything like that, are you? I would have stopped you if that was the case. Pure curiosity, on the other hand, is something I like to encourage. Exploring, interacting with the world, I think the experience will be good for him. Despite Omega's power, its potential to learn was hobbled by hostile directives. Alpha, on the other hand, is free to grow as he pleases. Very well, Alpha. As the Chief Engineer of Garland Ironworks, I hereby grant you unlimited leave to pursue personal research. Travel far and wide and take in everything these lands have to offer, but do come back when you're ready. I'd hate to lose such a valuable employee. Alpha, I'll miss you so much. You be careful out there. If anyone seems suspicious or shady, you stay away from them, even if they offer you treats. And make sure you greet folks with a cheerful que. They might not understand you, but at least they'll know you mean no harm. I'm sure you'll make new friends in no time. You just be yourself, you hear me? Who is this? Oh, it's... Oh, is this the Omega minion that I should have rolled for? Eek, what in the hells? Ah, we forgot to shut it down. That's a model Omega that Wedge and I were working on. We built it while we were resting, thinking it might be useful for figuring out strategies or something. Not much use now, I suppose. What, and you want to keep it? I mean, yeah, I guess. It's just a toy that'll follow you around. If you're happy with that, then it's all yours. There he goes. Fair journey to you, Alpha. Take care. Did he just speak? Thank you, weapons. I'm off to see the world. Yeah, I think he just spoke. They grow up so fast. That they do. Something amiss? That's strange. The Echo never allowed you to understand him before. Maybe Omega had like a fucking jamming device or something. This is just a theory, mind you, but assuming the absence of a soul is what prevented you from hearing Alpha's voice in the first place, then does it not follow that the reason you hear it now is... Aye, a little miracle, and it explains a sudden urge to travel. Bro found his soul. For a newborn soul, this world is brimming with unseen wonders. Someone's gonna accidentally step on that Omega toy. And so your journey begins. I almost envy you, Alpha. So many new things for you to discover. Speaking of which, What terrible marvels can I trouble my old friend with next? Wait, they didn't make that thing waterproof? Are you serious? That's an L. They should have made it waterproof. Thin. Okay, so it's over, like, for real, for real. Fun fact, there is a bunch of locations in the world where Alpha and Omega can occasionally be found chilling at. It's just a toy. Yeah, but it's a toy made by Garland Ironworks. Like, you know, Ironworks shit is built to last. Usually. But now you can see them in a bunch of places. I'll look out for them. I hope Alpha enjoys his adventures. There's so much danger out there for one little chocobo. No, I'm sure he'll be fine, and dwelling on such things is not productive in the least. Why don't we discuss a happier subject, your long-awaited bonus? We drained the coffers to fund your expedition, but why settle for coin when you can have the latest in automation technology? That's right, we're gifting you a premium, Mammoth? The one-of-a-kind master model for merchandise copies constructed with our patented Ironworks quality. I present to you the Clockwork Alpha. Oh, hell yeah. A wind-up Alpha. Whatever you bring out in your whenever you bring it out in your travels, may it remind you of the real Alpha. Quaying along with some distant sky. Just the thought of it brings a smile to my face. That and the free advertising. That's the real reason you're giving it to me. That's the real reason you're giving it to me. Wait, oh no, it's in my inventory. I guess I should use this too. Nice. This kind of makes up for the fact that I missed the Omega minion. Let's hope this one's waterproof though. Okay. But yeah, that's it. I know I said I was going to unlock Sage and then do the frickin' last part of Omega one more time, but like, it's really, really late. Like, I don't know. Here's what I'll do. I don't know, for the 6 people left, like, do you want me to do it, or, like, do you want me to just do it on my own time? And I only ask because, like, it's really, really late. I started late, and I know, like, I don't really... Do I keep streams out this late? I feel like I don't, but, like, I don't know. Yes, I've finally beaten Stormblood. I have not finished the review yet, though. But, yeah. So after this, yes, I'll be doing E6 the next time I stream. And we'll be playing that. Then when I beat that game, we'll go into Shadowbringers. Own time. Own time, okay. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, because those last few cutscenes did last a bit longer than I had anticipated, so... I was thinking, I'm like, it's pretty late now. But regardless, yes, thank all of you for coming out and watching. Especially since I started so late as well, you know, and y'all still came and watched, and... Yeah. I'm really sorry about that, but I really wanted to get this done because, like, you know... I wanted to get it done last week, and then I couldn't, and I didn't want to, like, have it slip by this week as well. But yeah, as I said, E6, next time. Stormblood's done, so expect the review on that soon. I should be able to get to it sooner rather than later, considering, at least the Cold Steel 2 review is out of the way. And that's being released for... Well, it's out if you're a member, but if you're not a member, it's gonna be released, the 22nd, which is in a few days. Yeah, they even put a fiend on the last cutscene, I know. You don't have to apologize for anything. I mean, you know, I try and respect people's time, though, like, you know. But yeah, I guess, too, like, yeah, you know, people choose to come and watch. So there's that. It takes 2 to tango, I guess. E6 is really good, enjoy it. I'm sure I will. I liked 1 and 2 overall, taking into consideration the fact that they were really old games. Like, overall, I think they were good. I definitely see, like, the appeal for its time, and, you know, outside of some hiccups here and there, I mean, I thought it was a pretty charming game, so I think I'll enjoy most of them. But yeah, look forward to all that. Thanks for coming out. Oh, let me go back to my original world. But outside of that, yeah, I'm done. I'll be cutting the stream in a few minutes. And thanks once again, y'all, for watching. One and 2 on the TurboGrafx is my favorite. Back to Balmung, where the degenerates live. Yeah, good night, Escheré, and thanks for your help, as usual. Wolfster, if you're still here by any chance, I hope you feel better. You're on Balmung, you poor... I didn't know! I didn't know when I first started up the game and I picked one, I just picked Balmung that sounded really cool and it reminded me of the frickin' Balmung from God Eater. But yeah, I'll be seeing you guys. You're on Primal. I guess it doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, see ya, Urahara. Have a good one.